Let's see how to ginger farming. First of all, we need to choose the right quality of the ginger. So basically, they are into big clusters which we have to break them into small kind of parts, and this they usually have buds in the head, and this is how they are placed in the rows. The rows have manure. This is how the row beds are. We have placed the ginger, and then we're gonna cover these rows. This is the bed. This is the manure, the organic manure. Okay, this is how we put the manure in the rows, in the bed rows. This is organic manure. And this is how we are placing the ginger. See, these are the buds coming out of the ginger. So this should be towards the top, facing the sky. This one, like, see the buds facing the sky. This is the plow. It's a mechanical hand pull plow through which we make the rows in the beds. And in these rows we put the organic manure first, and then we place the ginger. These are all rows 4 to 6 inches deep. These are the ginger with the buds, and see, these are the buds. These buds have to be placed upright facing the sky. And then finally we cover the rows. After covering, the rows look like this. That's my farmhouse. This is the rotavator, the tractor rotavator. It makes the soil fine. Now it breaks the hard for the bed dried coarse with oil into fine, already having grass and powder weeds, which helps the root penetration of the crop. The rotavator, which helps in this better growth of the crop. You can see these are all beds and there are drains aside, so if it's too much rainfall then the water seeps into these drains, and the crop is planted, or these gingers are sowed over these beds on which these rotovators are running. So after the rotavator have done its work, you can see the soils, they are now converted into fine powder particles. Now manually we have to clear it up, and then we also have to make a kind of like stopper, so that when we do the irrigation the water doesn't comes out of these beds. So we make sure that we make like this kind of soil boundary all around the beds, so that while irrigating these beds the water doesn't seeps out. That's the ginger which has been bought from the market. These are the buds. Now these are like big in size, so we basically have to break them into small sizes and try to make sure that each have buds, each piece of buds. This is the manually hand plow. So manually these, and now this is a four-head manual plow. So with this we make the rows in the beds. You see all these rows almost 4 to 6 inches deep. That's the organic manure. So we're gonna fill this rows with this organic manure. And this is how we gonna place the ginger with the buds facing towards the sky, and they almost at around 8 inches apart from each other. 1 foot is better, then they get more space, and then we cover up like this. Now after some time, if like a month or two, we will see that weeds have grown up, weeds, grasses, and they have to be regularly cleaned up so that the crops are free of unwanted competition or competitors like the grass and weeds, so they have to be hoed out. So this is manually weeding out by hand. So now we can see the crops. So after a few months, like around 2 or 3 months. These are the crops, and yeah, this right side you can see this is the weeds. So after clearing up the fields, it's look like this. These are almost after 6 months. The crops have become much healthy. This is how it is after 5 to 6 months. We can see sometimes that the leaves are getting yellow, or the root. This could be root rot, which is actually the crop rot. Then we have to spray the correct chemicals, which one can discuss in the local agri shop, to make sure that the crops are free of pests. See the leaves, they have become yellow. Even organic ways, organic neem oil, even that is a natural way of spraying. Besides that, there are other chemicals which can be found in the local agriculture shop. They would suggest like which chemical should be good for what problem of the crop. You can see there's a bit of leaf rot and root rot, which is actually the crop rot, because this is a root based crop. Then after some times, say after 6 months, we again have to put the manure. Well, first we have to weed out the crop, hoe it, so that it's sort of aeration, the crops get proper air, and then we again do the manuring. And then finally we again cover up the roots with the side soil. So this not only helps in the aeration, but it also helps in holding the crop root in a proper way, and helps in the development and growth of the crop root, which is ginger over here. See how it is done. All the side soil, top side soil, they are hoed and put on the top the roots like this. So this, see, that's the topsoil. Basically after clearing up all the weeds and everything, and remanuring, we just put the topside soil on top of the root. So this will help in the healthy development of the crop. This is how the weeds are cleared out. So it's a combination of weeding and hoeing, to make sure that all the roots are the crops are freed of these weeds and grasses. So this is how the crops look like. We have done the topsoil dressing, taken out all the weeds, did the remanuring, dressing, aeration. So this also helps in the aeration, and this is how garden is looking. That's my farmhouse at the background. That's my farmhouse, and this is our backyard garden. That's my front lawn of the house. Over here also the crops are looking good. That's my farmhouse, and this is my front lawn. Ah, that's the guava. Here we have different varieties of fruit plants also in our farm. See, these are different kind of fruit plants, from guava to mangoes, lemon, pomegranate. That's the carbofuron which we put at the roots. So it's basically a nematode as well as a pesticide. So once the crops suck these chemicals, it basically treats the disease caused by nemo like pests, different kind of pests. So it's not a direct spray on the leaf, but it's like given at the root level. So the plant absorbs this chemical slowly, and it acts as a medicine in freeing up the crop from different kind of diseases caused by pests. The top we can again put organic manure, and then again doing the top dressing of the topsoil. It's almost eight after 8 months the time comes to take the crop out. So manually we can take the crops out with the same kind of hoeing tool that we can see here. It's a hoe, actually hoe tool. So with the same tool we can take out the crop. Usually after 8 months this is what we get the crop like. So we took out the crop, and this is how it is. Big bunches, healthy. That's it. That was great. That's a great ginger crop.